Welcome to the Cruising Kiwis Live. We're currently in the middle of the Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean. Actually, is it, would I still say Indian Ocean?
Yeah, it's
Bay
part of Indian Ocean.
It's Indian Ocean.
Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean. Distance in the last 24 hours has been 103 nautical miles. Maximum speed is 6.5 knots. Our average is 4 knots. Our coordinates are 6 degrees, 48 minutes north, 68 degrees, 22 minutes east. Welcome to the live.
Thank you, Declan.
Now, Declan, can you pull in that sail that's...
Oh, actually, can I just say, can you take that? I'll just talk about the something about the Jannar. So, we were going to pull in the Jannar about 20-30 minutes ago because the wind has dropped out a little bit and it's been flopping a bit. Actually, it seems to have pulled in. I know it's filled in quite nicely there, so we'll leave it there. But I'd like you to bring your attention down to something here. And as one of our alert followers of one of our lives made the point that when we had this out the other day, I had the sheet line, the sheet that's attached to the sail permanently, and I was using that to barber haul it down to this cleat here. And it was a woman, I forget her name, I'm sorry, I forget your name. But you made the very valid point that if we get hit by a squall, it's very difficult to release this line if it's tied around the cleat, because suddenly you've got a load on the sail, and it's, you're down here and mayhem's going on, and it's not ideal. And we don't normally do that because we usually use our flugel binder. Actually, those familiar with our channel know we have a flugel binder.
Also known as the barber haul.
Also known as barber haul. The thing is, the flugel binder is currently being used on the spinnaker. I tend to pull the tack from the spinnaker to one side or the other, depending on the sail configuration we have. And I just didn't bother getting another rope. But I have now, and you will see, I have barber hauled or flugel binded the clues out to the cleat. It is much safer, definitely much safer. And what I also do is, what can happen is, when this catches the wind, it can swing out. Whoops. It can swing out and hit the safety rails. So I tend to pull this sheet in a little bit tighter so it can only come out so far and then not hit the rail. You can see what I mean down there. So this line can go crash into that. And just demonstration. Just a little tip there for the day, a sailing hack for you all. Oh, what else can I talk about? That's me, I'm done.
Okay, well, I'll talk about my morning.
Let's talk about you, Rachel.
We don't talk about me enough.
Yeah.
Now for the easy on the eye shot.
So I came up at 5 o'clock this morning and we were just going along at our normal about 4 knots, and then I could see a storm cell in the distance and I thought, oh, we're going to get hit by that. And we only had, at that time, we only had the spinnaker up, and I thought I'm going to have to drop that really quickly. But we didn't get hit by that because that moved out sideways, but we did just get a bit more wind. We got, rather than what we've been having, 8 to 10, we got like 10 to 12, maybe even up to 15 knots, and it was fabulous. For about 3 hours, we rocketed along between 5 and 6 knots, and that was great. If we could travel at that speed the whole way,
Yeah.
then we'd be there a lot quicker. But no, it's dropped out now. So
Speaking of wind,
we amble along again at 4.
can I ask, is anyone getting wind noise? Can you hear
Can you
wind?
hear the wind noise? Can you hear wind noise?
Or shift if there's wind noise.
Yeah, because we're outside.
I'll get you to read that, Rachel.
Yeah.
Let's look at the expanses of the ocean.
Look at that. There's our
Somebody
wind
get some
generator.
Feed noise.
Good morning, Jim. I saw Alison Hamilton is here, not my sister one, but the other one. Can hear you just fine, says
Okay.
Keith. Cool.
No wind noise. That's good.
Yeah.
Not ideal with the phone.
Okay. So. Do you want to take that in?
Yeah, let's get in.
Great. Turn this around.
Okay.
Okay. You.
Got to walk into the cabin. Oh,
No, you're going to take the sail in.
Well, actually, I was just saying it's sort of filled out. It filled in a little bit.
Look at that,
Oh,
Robert.
no. All right. Yeah, let's take that in. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rob is going to entertain you by taking a little wind noise. Apparently there's a little bit of wind noise. Rob's taking in the sail.
So there's 2 things I'm going to do here. Actually, Declan, can you pull in the Jannar? So Declan's about to... Oh no, you can do it from there. You're right. as you please. So what I'm going to do is we'll pull in the Jannar, and then I'm going to pull the flugel binder that I just talked about that's attached to the tack. I'm going to pull that across to the starboard cleat, pull the whole spinnaker across the front of the boat more. It becomes more of a symmetrical spinnaker in that way. Thanks, Deb.
In it comes.
We tend to try and have a little bit of load on the
Yeah,
sail.
there's not enough load on that. That's a bit messy.
It's a bit loose.
Yeah,
So if
never
you
mind.
have a little bit of tension on the sail, it makes it harder to pull in, but it actually helps it.
It's quiet. You need, yeah.
If you put a little tension on using the sheet, you can pull the Jannar in and it rolls up tighter, but we did a bit of a loose. It's a bit loose there, not ideal. That's right.
Ah, Daniel Watson from Tiaramutu.
Daniel Watson.
That's not so far from
Kia ora,
where
bro.
we live, or lived, in past tense. We're from Tipahu. Daniel,
Yeah,
if you
the
didn't
split
already
ends.
know.
Split ends, crowded house.
Yeah. And the sound of Tiaramutu had a very sacred ring. That's Rob's flugel binder coming off there. Feels a bit windier out here.
Yeah.
And then it's tying that up, pulling the ASIM across. We haven't named the ASIM yet. It's just called the sail at the moment, the big sail. Great signal from the middle of nowhere. I know, isn't it crazy? So, can hear wind noise now. Okay, I'll put my hand there. Yeah, maybe head back in. I just want to show you, that's the forwards. That's what it looks like in front of us. That's what it looks like on that side. That's what it looks like on that side. And that's where we've been. That's our view every day. Not much to look at. Not much to look at really, is it? A lot of water, a lot of sky. We're heading in. We're heading in so that it's not so noisy. There we go. I believe Rob's got some things. We're going to be, yeah, it is nice. It is nice, but we're on day 8. It gets a little bit, more wind, more waves, more sky. Didn't have any dolphins yesterday. No dolphins came to see us. We've had dolphins, I think, every day, apart from yesterday. Port, starboard, aft. Yes, that's what I mean. We're going in. Of course, that's what I mean. Just don't use those words very often. Right, Robert, your book, where I'm Declan. Declan, come on out. Let's see your beautiful face. Ivan's still sleeping. And Rob's got his questions. Do you want to sit down opposite me and all?
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll turn this around. Here we go. Question time.
Question time. Yeah, no, we haven't named the asymmetrical yet, Clint from Sailing Seahorse. Yes, Peterbread. Peterbread, the Aussie, the Ocker. G'day, Ocker.
No boats out with us here. No, I just every so often I will just shout
No.
something out, like it's a type of Tourette's. I'm just shouting. I'm answering questions on here while you're.
Oh yeah, you do that. Correct.
How much difference are the new batteries making? Could Adam leave the fridge open an extra 2 seconds?
Oh, Adam. Good old Adam. Yeah, that fridge thing. Oh, gets my goat. in the
Actually,
shower.
the new batteries are pretty.
Good.
Are they?
Yeah, they're doing a job.
Are they?
Yeah, I know I'm talking about it. I am talking about them. I'm monitoring them quite closely, and
You're a bit far away from the mic, Robert. So
I'm monitoring them quite closely, and I'm making it aware to the public, the listening public on board, when I'm talking about voltages and all. It's a bit high, a bit low. But actually, I have no concern at all. It's really good. I just, for some reason, I've been talking about it a bit more than usual on board and saying, hey, do we need to have that on? Or especially if the TV screen's on, that sucks a lot of gas. And...
Suzanne says she loves your shirt.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. This is one of our...
Very old.
Yeah, it's been around the traps. Lauren made this for us from Perth when we were there. She came out on board several times and she lent us her vehicle as well while we were in Perth.
Yes,
it was amazing.
great lady.
And good friend now, Lauren.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lauren's there
And
now.
her, and her husband Fritz.
And Fritz, great couple and family. And she made these up for us and sent them up to us when we were in Darwin just before we left to go to Southeast Asia. It was amazing. T-shirts as well. And so very, very thoughtful and generous.
Cooper Greasley!
Cooper!
Oh my
Greasley.
goodness!
Of Greasliness.
Cooper Greasley.
Wow.
Lovely.
Cooper. Cooper is a...
Nice to know you're there.
Yeah, good to hear from you, buddy. Good friend of Ivan's.
Get in
North
contact
Auckland.
with Ivan.
Yeah, you should. I think they're in contact.
Are they?
Yep. Yeah, he's a bit
We
of a Rex
sit,
game.
yes, Dan, we hit 21,000 subs
Oh,
yesterday.
Yes. Oh, we should go
Woo-hoo!
to celebrations, open this
Yep.
segment.
We're
21,000.
hoping before we turn 80 we'll get up at 100,000.
Yeah, our progress is very slow. Anyway, so Trigger Murgatroyd. Oh, sorry. No, we decided we wanted to say that. Anyway, Trigger actually said, I'm sharing this live to my various pages and platforms. So actually, I just wrote that. But if you're enjoying it and you think others might enjoy it, feel free to share it on forums or sailing channels or Facebook pages. Blah blah blah.
Someone says they would like to get it was
Squawk code. Yeah.
Yeah, he says, where do we get a hat from?
Sorry, our merch thing is really... We tried doing the hats and we did it for patrons only initially and then we put it out further, but I tell you, it was... I wanted to do it as a personalised thing that we could probably do ourselves, but man, what a mission, post office, and it was so...
And the post is so expensive.
And
for a
unreliable.
hat.
There were hats didn't arrive and it was just, I didn't want... So I've kind of lost my mojo on that. We need to outsource it to somebody. I don't know, look, if you've got suggestions on... And in fact, sorry, there's a woman, Jeannie, and Katie, her daughter, we're looking to do something along those lines, and I've dropped the ball there too. Anyway, I feel bad, but we do need to get on with that. I remember when we saw, anyway, distraction. Amanda, good question. Has anybody fallen asleep on shift at night time? That's probably a question for you, Declan.
Only once.
Only once and he'd never do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, on our passage from New Caledonia to Australia, I don't know, I just got a case of the Zeds and fell asleep.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah. Like a deep sleep, not just like snoozing, deep sleep.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us. So.
Yeah, luckily we were in the middle of the ocean. We lost a race, but no other long-lasting pain from that.
The Bureau Asia has asked, do pirates come to mind? Yes. They
And
do.
to boats.
And to boats as well. They actually do come to boats. No, there is that. Yeah, very unlikely, but yeah, it's always a possibility, isn't it? And we have heard of terrible stories. In fact, we know one couple. Where were they, Rachel? In Bahamas somewhere? Or
No, Caribbean, I think.
Caribbean? Yeah.
Recently.
Quite like only a matter of weeks ago. We were boarded by convicts that had escaped prison, wasn't it? That story?
Yeah, police station.
Oh, police station.
I think so, something like that.
They boarded this yacht. I don't know how they got to it, but they took over the yacht and they have never been seen again. Presumed missing or drowned. Yeah, very sad. So look, it does happen. And I do recall in Panama, a couple and I think with children as well, got boarded by teenagers while they were at anchor, and
Kiwi family.
Kiwi family, and the husband or the wife was killed.
Husband was
The
shot.
husband was shot. Yeah, terrible.
And killed. He wasn't just shot.
Yeah, killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, it does happen. And look, some of you know my brother's story from 1978 when he was sailing, flown offshore into Cambodian waters during the Pol Pot regime, and abducted and ultimately ended up.
Wasn't pirates though.
Well, that's a pirating incident, so you could argue.
It was the Cambodian Navy,
Yeah, it was the Cambodian
the
Navy.
Khmer Navy.
Well, they were behaving like, they acted like pirates, didn't they, in that scene, in that situation. It was unlawful. So, yeah, it does happen. And look, then you go into that whole subject, well, do you take weapons on board? And we've never seriously considered taking guns on board. We do know that, well, we don't know, we speculate that there are other boats that do have weapons on their boats. Not sure. There's an idea that maybe if we wave an American flag on our boat, pirates will stay away because they know they might get a mouthful of lead.
What's the MOF? Sausage! $5. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, thank you.
I'm going to get shot when she sees this. What's MOFO stand for? Mofos.
Mofo.
Don't know.
Mofo. Just on that sausage, thank you. Tim Kay and Pitterbread yesterday gave us a super thanks, which was very much appreciated. Goes towards the airtime, and anything left over go to boat maintenance.
Yeah, someone said people get murdered in the streets and in their homes. You're safe where you are. We're certainly pretty safe out here.
Yeah.
We're not seeing any boats. We have had one boat approach us,
Yeah.
but that's it.
And we did wonder if they were initially, but it was all fine.
Yeah. Here's Pussycat. She's joined us.
Here's the cat.
Mocha, what do you got to say for yourself?
She loves drumming. Well, she loves when Ivan gets her and lays her down. Shall I try and do it? She may not play ball.
Declan can do
Ivan
it.
lies her down, or Declan does the drums.
Oh, mofos means mother uckers.
Oh, right. Right. Mofo. Right. Mofu. Okay.
Oh yeah, well.
Right, next question. Johan Anderson, this is a good one. Johan Anderson, can Rob and Rachel sail the boat alone? What shifts would you do? Now, this is an important point. I'm glad you asked because most of the time it's solo sailing with company, and we don't need to guess who the solo sailor is, but yes, we can. Ultimately, we can. The boys are great on board. And sorry, what shifts would you do?
The boys are great on board. There's somebody missing
No, as
there.
additions to Rachel, you and I, yeah, of course. Rachel and I could do it, no problem at all. Yeah. And what would we do? Probably 4-hour shifts at night.
Yeah. Well, when the boys were little, they didn't do anything.
No, that's right.
Finn would help occasionally. Where is Ivan Greasley? He is sleeping. He is
He's
sleeping.
in the pit.
He does the. Just tell it that he does the late night.
He does the 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. shift, and it's right when he's So look, we don't begrudge him if he doesn't get up. Sometimes he gets up. If we need him to get up, we'll get him out of bed early.
Sorry, back to. And it's Cooper's asking what time it is. Just after 12.
Yeah,
Cooper.
actually on time. I will say too, in Ivan's defence now, you could argue that we are, as we travel west, we're actually going back in time. So now really is probably 11 o'clock local time, or when we started the live broadcast, wasn't it? So, to get Ivan up at 11 o'clock is crazy talk. Crazy talk.
But when we were sailing, so what would we do if we were on our own? We do 4 hours.
We do 4 hours.
We used to do that. We used to do
we
like,
did
it was just
earlier.
you and I, and then Finn would occasionally do a morning.
Yeah. Let's spin around to you.
Yeah. I've got a cat.
Much better sight to behold.
Look at that. Got a cat as well. Yes, so when the boys were really little, we didn't ask them to get up at all because that would be mean, and I wouldn't trust them when they were 8 to be competent by themselves. But we did 4-hour shifts, and sometimes, when you've been up for 4 hours, you're actually quite awake by then. I've done whole nights on my own because I was so awake that I let Rob sleep through. And that was unfrequently. I didn't do that very often, but infrequently, not infrequently. But yes, we could. I can sail the boat on my own. I have done. Rob has a bit of amnesia about my abilities on the boat. he forgets I can do anything really.
You can, absolutely.
He was sick in Fiji.
Yeah.
He'd got a coral ulcer, or leg ulcer, and some coral. And I sailed the boat by myself from Taveuni to Savu Savu. And I took the boys, I dragged the boys when Rob was away one time from Bun to Vatulevu, which is a day sail. And but Rob thinks I can't sail on the boat. I don't maybe don't get the sails quite as well trimmed as he does, but I certainly can move it forward.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're already at 20 minutes. So,
a couple of people have just said smash the like button. Can I ask you as well to smash the like button? Apparently it then promotes the live to other people that are non-subscribers. So feel free to smash the like button. Anything else, bro? Yes, 20 minutes. We were pledging to do a short one.
We were just going to do something real quick, but I don't know where the time goes. Anyway, we should probably just leave it there. We're frightened of boring the pants off you. So with daily lives.
Actually, can I just spin around and ask a question of people? I've just written to, I know this is self-promotion, but I've just written to Television New Zealand to see if a show called 7 Sharp would be interested to pick us up live at sea and do an interview of some description. And don't know, we might see what comes of that. If anyone in New Zealand would like to maybe write to TVNZ, I think it's called 7 Sharp at tvnz.co.nz. Please do. And you could say, I hear that Rob's been written to you. Maybe you want to think seriously about it, but yeah.
It says Terry
Dorset?
Terry Discombe from Hamilton, New Zealand.
Oh, that name rings a bell. Terry Discombe. God, yeah, I know. Who's Terry Discombe? Sorry, Terry.
Anyway, from Hamilton, New Zealand.
So Terry, if you'd like to write to TVNZ, 7 Sharp, say, hey, you guys keep these guys live. But why I raise that is for anyone else thinks they might know of TV stations anywhere in the world who may be interested in a Kiwi family, it's not so parochial. Obviously, I know the parochial element is important, but...
Oh, Sarok Dance. Oh my goodness, that was quite a while ago.
Yes, Terry. Hey, bro. God, he could move, couldn't he? You're a dancer. And we did a show, what was it called? Some sort of fundraising Dance with the Stars kind of localised thing, eh? It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And what happened to your pants?
Yes, my pants tore.
Mid-dance,
it was
in
so
front of the
funny.
whole...
Oh, it was so funny. So it was rock and roll dancing, and I twirled my partner, and I don't know if I did the twirl thing actually, no, but you catch them, and I came down to this. So there's this stadium we're in, and the four walls were lined with people, sort of up on grandstanding things, and I came to this point where I had to catch my partner, and I had to lean down and catch her with foul. And I was wearing these tight rock and roll pants, and there was this almighty rip up the back of my trousers, and the back audience just broke up. You hear the audience just totally lose it, laughing, and the rest of the audience was quiet. But of course, the dance had to continue, and every time I went to another side of the wall and had to bend down and catch, there was this almighty laughter, and it was very humiliating but funny at the same time. Anyway, thank you, Terry. It was a really fun thing to do.
I've come to snatch the mock.
There's the mocha being snatched.
So we're going to finish on...
Terry says he's been watching you and wants to buy a boat.
Oh, do it, mate. If you can, do it. Look, even sailing around New Zealand, you don't have to go offshore. It's such a great sailing ground. There's so much to do. You'll really enjoy it. This is the drumming cat.
There's Mocha enjoying her sail. Actually, Mocha, this is her first ocean crossing.
What? Yeah, she's doing well.
She's doing amazingly well. She does use a box. What's the answer to yes? What is the difference in the picture, Robert?
What's that, sorry?
The answer to yesterday's question.
No one's answered it. No one's given the answer.
You should know. I'm going to... Seahorse, you should know. I'm giving...
Seahorse should know.
There you go. It's something to do with that.
Give it away.
Yeah. It's a happy cat. She's Okay, I'll just.
She's usually sometimes a heavy cat.
The cat is very much
She's
an
snuggled up to
individual.
the
She's
boss.
she's not. I know, that's amazing. She does not usually a snuggler, but apparently she's sitting next to Robert.
No, last night when I was
Apparently.
lying up on shift,
No,
she
she's
came
come
and sat.
Yeah.
at night time. She will come and lie with you at night time. She will come and sit near us when we're sitting on the deck or whatever. She'll come and be part of it, but she won't actually. She doesn't tend to sit on your lap or anything like that. But every so often she does, and then you just feel blessed that she's chosen to sit with you. But I was going to say, someone asked, does she have a litter box? Yes, she does. She has
Does
a
she
litter
have a
box.
little box just out
But
there?
Rob
a
would
duck.
like to teach her to use the toilet.
Yeah. So
Although
you can, we've seen videos where people train their cats to go to the toilet. They jump up on the seat and literally turn around and then off they go.
She doesn't have opposable thumb, so she might not be able to flush.
Yeah.
It's quite tricky.
You see that?
Oh, Mark.
Can I finish this one with a quiz?
Yes.
With a cryptic question?
No, I can.
Oh, what?
You know.
Oh, hang on. Oh!
Oh, Kerry D was talking to Rob Good last week. Oh, all the
good.
connections.
Oh, all those connections.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah, Rob's been a big supporter of ours for a long time, right from the early days as well. He helped Declan with your kite, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sponsored me.
And
to do it.
Waikato Maintenance Services. Maintenance Services
Maintenance
Waikato.
services Waikato.
Maintenance Services Waikato. They do anything, handyman, fix stuff in the house, ovens, coat, just anything. Maintenance Services Waikato. Go get them. Pam Streeter, this is a quote, message Pam wrote. She said, my granddaughter made me scroll through yesterday's live until Ivan appeared.
Oh,
Isn't that gorgeous?
not Declan. I
Not
know.
Ivan.
I thought you were looking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's lovely. I'm afraid, sorry, Pam, there's no Ivan today, but he will be there tomorrow. We'll make sure he's here tomorrow for your granddaughter, if only for your granddaughter.
Someone's asking, how do we get Mocha back to New Zealand?
Oh, that's a mission.
Well, that'll be tricky.
Nah, it's not going to happen.
The Tara took theirs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No, we'll find a way. So let's do something.
Yes, right. Well, we're just about to wrap this up, but I will say we're not planning to be in New Zealand for another few years anyway. I wouldn't have thought. Getting the cat back might be. Yeah, mail her to Finn. Someone says yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a couple of $1,000s to bring the cat into the country. But I don't know, maybe they'll change their mind with all these pet passports nowadays. I don't know if that'll make a difference. I don't know.
Yeah,
She'll
no,
be a
New Zealand's pretty strict.
she'll be a well-travelled cat, so they probably won't want her. But yeah, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Rob said she wasn't leaving Southeast Asia, and look at her now. She's a good, well-travelled cat. Oh, I'm back to myself, and again to myself. There we go. Yeah.
So, shall we be reading comments?
Oh,
Yes.
when I get paid, I will. Stan Morton says, when I get paid, I'll donate to the kiddies' cause. That's very kind of you, Stan. I just put a whole load of food for her into the grab bag.
Should we?
I put a whole load of food in the grab bag for her. Should we have a catastrophe and we have to jump in the life raft? But there is speculation whether she should be going in the life raft anyway. So, yeah, let's hope we don't have a catastrophe and have to cross that bridge.
Oh, actually, we were asked about that, Rachel. Did we answer that?
Yes, we didn't ask that. One more question from
One more
Robert.
question, sorry. Missed that one. It's an important one. Oh, yeah, New Zealand
Next.
Gringo, NZ Gringo says, what emergency procedures do you have and what would you do if a catastrophe happened? And we've talked about this, and we one of the things, examples, hypothetical examples, an explosion, for example, if the gas bottle blew up or there's a fire in the engine room and you just lose control. You have to ultimately exit quick smart. But then there's the other options too, where hypothetically the emergency hatch, say for example, starts leaking vast quantities of water into the bathroom and then into one side of the hull, and the hull pitches over. Well, you know, there's a few things you do quickly. Well, first of all, try and get the water out and block it up. If you can't do that, then we've got to make plans, and in that situation you'd have a little bit of time, but you'd make plans to get stuff ready. You'd release the tender, get as many floaty things overboard, and we've talked all about this, get as many floatable objects, like surfboards, even if we had time, we'd pump up the stand-up paddleboard.
That takes ages.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that, depending on the time.
No, we were told when we did our course, throw out all the
Floating
seating, because that floats.
anything that floats.
Not so much that we can grab onto it, but that if they're looking for the boat and they see a lot of scattered stuff, then they go, okay, we're in the right place.
Yeah. But and then of course we've got an EPIRB. We'd set off the EPIRB if need be, if it got that bad. And there's on the Iridium we have a position we can relay it, similar to an EPIRB, a position, emergency position, and get our life raft ready to release. And they say you step up into a life raft, meaning you don't get off the boat until it really is going to sink. You know for certain it's going to sink. That's when you get off the boat. We would not get off this boat if it's still heeled over and still floating and still viable as a form of staying above the water.
You were safer on here.
You'd be safer on the boat than the life raft, because the life raft is not a guaranteed survival mechanism either.
People have got off their boats. The boats made it safely to a harbour, and the people have never found.
Yeah. So you've got to be very careful in making that call. It's a big call to make. You need to know it's going to go down. But I say the tender would be a great part of the life raft situation as well. You'd attach the tender too. I recommend actually, if you're interested in this whole scenario, you read a book called Surviving the Savage Seas. There's a family were attacked by and sunk by orca just about 3 days out from Galapagos. They had a wooden ketch, I think it was, and it went down within like less than 10 minutes from the impact. The boat was under. So they managed to get their tender and their life raft, and they tethered the two together. And they then spent 38 days at sea surviving off turtles and whatever other fish they could capture, birds. Yeah, it's an incredible story. Even though I know the story, it's harrowing, but it's very informative.
They obviously didn't have an EPIRB.
No.
Because if they were 3 days off and they had an EPIRB, they'd have been home and hosed.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah.
But no, it's before the days of EPIRB. It's a really amazing story, Surviving the Savage Seas. In fact, I've been wanting to reach out to the son, because the kids were on, there were 2 kids and a crew. Mum and Dad, there were 5 of them. And I reckon the 2 children would still be alive today. I'd love to reach out to them, and I've been meaning to, but just try and find a pleased way. Anyway, let's wind it up, people. To finish with the quiz. This is the Kiwi-based quiz for you to consider. 36 sheep in a paddock, 2 die, how many are left? 36 sheep in a paddock, 2 die, how many are left? Answers below. We'll see you tomorrow.
How many left alive?
How many left alive? Alive.
One more time.
36 sheep in a paddock, 2 of them die and are removed. How many are left? Now, 12 o'clock tomorrow, Bangkok time, we'll be back again. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Cheerio.